Hello everybody, welcome back to Wolfeei. Today we'll be looking at the second half of the teams for Block Wars 17. The upcoming Block Wars event taking place on August 30th at 2 p.m. Eastern Time and 7 p.m. UK time, for those of you who do not live in the United States, like myself. Either way, yeah, team announcements for the other 4 teams, Aqua, Blue, Purple, and Pink, as shown here, have commenced. They have been revealed, and we'll be recapping them in this video right now. If you didn't see yesterday's video for the team announcements, fear not, I will recap them yet again. Thank you, Mario Galaxy, that was very loud. Either way, let's get into the news. Starting off with the Aqua Team, consisting of Emerome, Shirahiko, Boostfer, Jojo Solos, and Darapchu. This team's hint that I gave was high energy, I think, which I think is fair, considering most likely, probably like 8 out of 10 times, this will be a high energy team, which would be really fun to see, of course. Jojo, Boostfer, and Darap, of course, played in mid-offs, where Jojo was part of Boostfer's team, of course, so that's a fun little combo there. Boostfer and Shira have done plenty of content together in the past as well. Emerome has teamed with Boostfer in the past, also knows Jojo, I'm fairly sure. And Darapchu and Jojo, of course, is a duo from the Lifesteal SMP. So a great combination here, pretty fun team. Not like super experimental for the standard of Block Wars, but I guess for Jojo this is a somewhat unique team, maybe. Or more so for Shira, as is a more unique team. That's kind of what is expected going into Block Wars signups. Either way, that is the Aqua Team. Moving further along, we go to the Blue Team, which consists of Lineshoe, Mysticat, Radoons, Giga, and Rev Scarecrow. A very fun team, in my opinion. It's probably my favorite in terms of team building out of all of the ones here, or one of the favorites at least in terms of team building. It's a very classic Block Wars team in terms of participants, right? Everyone here has played quite a few Block Wars events in the past. And for Radoon specifically, in my opinion, this is a pretty experimental team as well, where I don't think he has teamed with anybody in this team before. Maybe Rev, I don't recall. But like, in terms of genre of team, this is a very unique team. Of course, he knows Misty quite well, so that is a very reliable duo. But somebody like Lineshoe, Red would otherwise not really be paired up with. Somebody like Giga would be more possible, but still doesn't really happen. So a very fun team, all in all, and I think it'll be a pretty fun one, pretty possibly good one as well, considering Red and Misty, of course, is a very solid duo, especially for this event's comp, and Giga and Lineshoe fighting for a 3rd frag slot will be quite interesting as well for this event. So I'm curious to see how this team will do. I've got my fingers crossed, hoping that they have a great time, have a major pop-off, but ultimately we have to see, right? For as far as I'm aware, Radoons is much in need of a stronger team performance, and Misty, I think, also hasn't had the best luck in terms of team performances as of recent, so if they do well, that would be great. Either way, I'll give a little bit of a brief talk for anyone who hasn't seen the team announcements yet. With this roster, 2 teams I made were unlike the others, and I decided it would be really fun if I left them till last. So that's what's coming up soon. Every team so far, I think, relatively speaking, you know, if we briefly look at this team, which is the red team, and the orange team here, and then obviously my team on yellow, and like green team here, as much as some of these are, you know, experimental, they feel like very definitive Block Wars teams, right? This is very Block Wars-esque. You see a lot of variety representation, some Minecrafters sprinkled in, and some fun combinations of people that you usually either would expect or the type of vibe you would expect from Block Wars. And then you have Purple Team, which is a full Minecrafter team, number 1, and also a full team of, well, I gave it the label of mid, which doesn't mean that I think this team is bad at all. I'm just saying, hey, coincidentally speaking, all of these players are like middle tier players. They're all like, yeah, that makes sense. They're like middle of the pack, right? Lagunda, I think, commonly is a third frag. Jordan is usually a third frag as well. Martin also. Speed Silver probably would be a third, maybe a second frag, and then SB is probably a second frag. So they're all like middle-ish of the pack, which is very fun. And I think it's going to be a really exciting type of team to see in this event, and also just an exciting group of people to see play together. For a lot of the people on this team, even though it's a Minecraft, based team, it's still pretty fresh, right? Martin, like, I don't know if Martin and Jordan have teamed in MCC before. Maybe they have, but like that doesn't feel like a common duo. Speed Silver, of course, thrown into the mix is very fresh because he's a bit more modern day YouTube centered. SB, of course, is a very highly requested newcomer, makes his way in, who now fits very nicely knowing everybody on the team. And as of recent, of course, through the wow, I can't remember the name. The No Armor Hardcore series on YouTube, Naked and Afraid. SB and Laguna, of course, have crossed over in their paths through that as well, or at least they have been in the same SMP, so that's fun. Of course, also SB represents Lifesteal, who have, had Captain Sparkles on their server before, and then, yeah, this just comes together really nicely, I think, in my opinion. It's a really fresh type of team, and it's a type of team in terms of structure with, like mentioned, no definitive top player, but no bottom player at all. Really, it's the most drastic example of no bottom player. This, comparably to Red, of course. It's going to be really interesting to see how well or not well a team like this would do, because it's such a weird structure. They don't have like a definitive IGL. They don't have a definitive lead player to bring them to the finish line. They're going to have to really work together to make this happen, and I think that's going to be really exciting. So that's the purple team, of course, and then pink team. You'd be like, well, why is this not pink? Number one, colors. Lagunda was only missing purple. Jordan hadn't been on purple yet. So I just kind of felt like putting them on purple. It feels like a purple team. Which then leads to pink, which, features the people you would expect to be on a pink team, but also is a team of people that haven't been on pink before, but also is a team where you still don't really have a definitive top player, but you also don't really have a definitive bottom player as much. This team definitely is a little bit more stronger leaning at the top end, but also, again, a bit weaker leaning at the bottom end, where you have Zam, Pilly, Sneeg, Minute, and Toby, of course, making their way here together. Sneeg and Minute had an iconic crossover duo from the mid-offs, Brandon duo. Toby, of course, hosted the mid-offs, but then also you see Minute, Pilly, and Zam as a lifesteal crossover. Zam, Sneeg, Pilly, and Toby as a Realm crossover. I should also say that initially this team was going to have Clown Pierce over Minute, which would have been the same situation, right? I mean, you would have had a full Realm team, still would have had that lifesteal crossover. You would have had Sneeg and Clown, which is a really fun duo, etc. But Minute subs in very nicely for Clown here. And yeah, brings the team together. Pilly is a newcomer as well. One of the more highly requested people, at least on the Reddit, of course. It's a great team. It's a nice team. It's a really fun team. If you don't have a POV yet and you just want to watch a team that's going to be fun, this is the one. I think this is just such a fun team. So I think they'll have a great time, and it's exciting. Also, somebody in my chat pointed out that Toby and Sprout are doing the same emote. they're both next to each other. I didn't notice this one making the team announcement, but yes, very fun, awesome team. And that's that for the Day 2 team announcements. If I also quickly go in-game, you'll see how the chat performed in this, I guess, events or this cycle's predictions. Pretty much went 0 for everything on Day 1, and then actually got some people correct on Day 2. Thank God, because I feel like it was kind of obvious, especially considering Booster and Misty had been confirmed, of course, through me, of course. And then over here, this might be confusing. I'll explain. If it's light gray, which is like this color right in the background, nothing to note. If the player has white in the background, like this and like Zam, that means they complete their rainbow with this last inclusion. Laguna, Sneeg, and Zam now complete their rainbow. Rainbow completion means they've been on every team color in a main Block Wars event. And not including Origins even before Split. So from Split onwards, etc., right? Dark gray means the person makes progress towards completing their rainbow notably, as in like either they're halfway done or more than halfway done, close to, you know, very close. Like I think Hannah I think is like one away. I think JoJo might be one away as well. I think Giga might be one away. Jordan's pretty close. Like there's Ant is one away. Like there's a couple people in this roster that are getting very close to completing their rainbow, which is fun. It's just a little detail that I wanted to take note of for Block Wars Series 3, because I think it's fun to let people at least complete something like that, have featured on every color, and then we just kind of do whatever with them afterwards, right? So yeah, anyways, that's it for the Block Wars teams for Block Wars 17. Let me know which team is your favorite. Me personally, I'm rooting for the last 3 team announcements the most. Blue, purple, and pink. I would love to see them make the top 3. I think all of 3 of these teams not only are teams that deserve a stronger team based off of some of the players that are on the teams, but also I think they're some of the more fun and more like exciting teams for this event. So I think it would be really fun and exciting to see them perform well. Either way, thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time, and hope you have a POV that you enjoy. Sorry for no S+ tiers, by the way. That was the missing group for this event. There's no Fire Breathman, no Feinberg, no Fruit Berries, no Purple, no Camman, no Sandwich Lord, no whoever, right? No top S tiers for this event, but there's still some S tiers to watch if you do so wish to do that. Either way, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all later. Goodbye!